Trent Bolt, is he trying the old Trent Bolt? He's coming round the wicket immediately to KL Rahul. Remember Trent Bolt here against KL?
Vish should be delighted he's played his first ball. The last time these two teams met, he got a fabulous 100. I mean, any runs he gets, KL Rahul, they're good-looking runs. He gets 103 of 60 balls. You can be sure it's an innings worth watching. He's focused on his game at the moment. If he just peeps over his left shoulder, he can see.
Born for your true self. The all-new Tundra.
One expensive over right at the end. And he's got the second over, but he's bowling from the end we are broadcasting from with the pretty large leg side boundary. And when I say pretty large leg side boundary, it's larger in comparison to the offside. It's not bigger than some of the deep pockets at the Brabant. Let's see if it grips for him a little bit.
They actually threw it up in the 2 overs that he bowled last time, which is very rare to see someone inside the power play give it some flight. Will he have the courage? No, he won't.
Well, it doesn't always work out, let's say, a matchup or anything like that. But KL Rahul has been playing spin so very well this season, averaging over 100 and strike rate over 150 generally. It's not guaranteed to happen again in this game, but that's the recent history.
He's relatively inexperienced, hasn't played a lot of cricket at the highest level, hasn't played much first-class cricket. So for him, it'll also be a bit of an eye-opener. Keeper didn't like it, Ishan Kishan. Oh dear.
You can see him there. He's just grabbing his drumstick, his thumb. The Ramco orange cap, miles and miles in front, is bossing it up the top. Butler, almost 500. KL Rahul playing this evening, and Lkn Vs Mi playing this evening as well. Number 3 and number 8 accordingly. I'd like to see both of those numbers a little higher if they're going to keep progressing in this Tata IPL.
Oh, lucky. It's a pretty packed offside field, but there's nothing behind him. It was a low full toss. See, the name that stands out there, apart from Josh Butler, is Hardik Pandya, who's been batting number 4, batted number 3 the other day. He's batting beautifully. Reverse sweep is 54 meters. Hey, does reverse sweep is 54 meters today. Doesn't need fancy shots. Kieron Pollard, almost got to it. It was right in front of us. You could see him, giant steps getting towards the ball, and he didn't miss by much. It's a good shot, straight back down the ground.
It's a very nice area to hit. This is where KL Rahul is an absolute master as well. Just a little shimmy down. It's good hand extension. Kieron Pollard, he was like one of those sequoia trees that had just fallen in the forest.
It was, you know. Approach to their one. The one is, of course, the matchups, who bowls to whom, but also who bowls from which end.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a huge factor, isn't it? You've got a tiny boundary, less than 60 metres one side, and the other's not that huge, but it's certainly bigger. The pockets are over 70 metres, a little under 80 metres. So it does make a huge difference. I think it's also doesn't necessarily.
You can get by with 3. Easy for 4, into the pads and 4. A Rupe on the go. Boundary for KL Rahul, easy and effortless.
Yeah, he's just got such clarity at the moment, KL Rahul, and don't miss out as a world-class player on this sort of delivery. Sam's just straying full and on leg stump. You don't get a more easy picking offering than that for a class player.
Just think how good is Marco Jansen yesterday, tall player. Got the ball to swing away, then hold its line. 3 wickets and 3 quality wickets in the first over. Right, Rahul. A bit unhappy about someone moving right above the side screen. Now, is that one of his teammates or the other squad? Four more. The man on the boundary was a little finer down at third man.
Made the fatal mistake of straying the other side now. So he's gone 2 sides of the wicket. This one just goes across him. That's where, as you say, last night, Marco Jansen was brilliant, wasn't he? He wasn't greedy. He did try and basically hold his line and his length. He didn't try to just float it up and try and swing it. He was still into the wicket, still targeting the top of off stump. Straight to the offside and got punished.
Oh, shot. There is a fielder there. They'll come back for 2. It just tells you what a good-looking player he is. Just lovely, easy punch on the back foot. Scores a correct power play. You can see how rewarding it is for the teams and the players. It's been rewarding so far for KL Rahul. He's got that monkey off his back. Could be rewarding for you too if you've got credit card bills to pay. Pay them via the Cred app in this power play and you could win 100% cash back. It's gone round the wicket, but slip is gone. I just lost it briefly and that allowed the single. His eyes must have lit up. Head off the ball, no third man.
Yeah, it's so challenging, isn't it? Because you need him to be bowling that line length that's heading towards. And then, of course, if he goes straight, then you've got that tiny ground to contend with. So I guarantee at the top of the mark, there's nerves as a bowling unit.
I think he got a hand to it and he might have saved 2. 14 came off the over. Good effort from Ritik Shokeen. It's 20 for no loss.
Small businesses are taking on what's next. Biz2 Credit gives you the funding that makes it all possible. So keep on doing what you're doing, you masters of what's next. We'll be right with you every step of the way. Biz2 Credit, funding what's next.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
अब लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस के हर बैग के साथ पाएं लक्ष्मी सैफरन फ्री।
Otherwise, he does like batting at the 1KD. It's not bad, is it? Average of 51, strike rate 145. It's pretty much a batsman's ground, this. Also because the bounce is so good. Sometimes, when the bounce is good, the batsmen don't mind it.
It's just a very good wicket. And it's one of those ones, I did the pitch report and I was saying at that pitch report that I was a little confused when you rock up the surface. You've seen mixed results from the batting unit. Mixed results and then some incredible results. Just bear in mind, the Rajasthan Royals got 222. Unbelievable score. And almost had it chased down by Delhi Capitals as well.
Right, Bish, let's get your view on this. There's been so much discussion on when your best bowler must bowl. Does he bowl the fourth, by which time teams have had a sighter batsman, or does he bowl when the batsmen are still a little vulnerable early on?
Yeah, I think it's a personal preference and dependent on team strategy. I like to see the best guy get an early over in or two. But I think your best bowler, if he's of that quality where he can bowl those wicket-taking deliveries, I would always give him a chance, regardless of whether, let's say, the opposition just want to see him out. If I believe someone, let's say, Jasper Bumrah, is good enough to bowl me that magic ball, I want to give him an early over and give him a chance to do that and nip out the best player on the other side.
And because he's playing in a side that struggled bowling, he's had to be the safe bowler in the side. So you see his average is pretty high because they're just playing him out. His economy rate's still pretty good. Whereas I'm sure the Mumbai Indians wouldn't mind if that economy rate instead of 7.5 was 8. If instead of 4, he had 8 or 9 wickets.
Yeah, agreed. I still think it's like what we saw with Joss Butler the other day, playing out Narayan, not taking any chances against Narayan. Slightly different, let's say, when Narayan was in his heyday and he had it going both ways, harder to keep, just sit on him. Bumrah gets the ball at his best to move laterally at pace. So I still think he has a slightly better chance of bowling that unplayable ball.
Right, the Upstocks Cricket Exchange. Keep your eye on the strike rate for KL Rahul. 2018, brilliant, 158.4. This year, 141. Look at the period in between. He's made 670 and 626 at a strike rate of 129, 138. It was interesting. Gautam Gambhir said when they first bought him at Lucknow, decided he would be captain. He said, we told him we want a batsman who will also be captain, not a captain who's got a bat. And there's a, you might think it's a subtle difference, but they just want him to be liberated to be a batsman.
This is a really exciting matchup for mine. Jasper Bumrah to left-handers is brilliant. Thinking of guys like Pat Cummins, for example, for Australia, just incredible to left-handers as well. Gets the ball, in spite of being right-handers, to still leave the left-handed batsman. It's always difficult, especially when you're looking to drive the ball as well. The slip in place, the gully, a backward point.
Right there in position with a catch that should have been taken. He's a good fielder, young Tilak Verma. But not only is it gone, it's gone over the ropes. And misery when it comes to the bowler comes in twos.
Well, there's that fielder there right now. You just want to dig yourself a hole and jump in it. Look at that. That is not a difficult catch. It's amazing how many brilliant catches we see in the Tata IPL. And then we see these ones as well. Just a moment where it's almost too easy.
Now it's taken. Now it's taken with a good low ball. for the Yorker.
It's a good catch, yes. It's a good catch by Rohit Sharma, but that's why Tilak Verma will be the happiest man on the field right now. But it's also why you want Jasprit Bumrah bowling an early over. Not an easy catch, this. Not as straightforward as it looks. It's dropping, it's dipping. And he holds on, which is what matters. There he goes, Tilak. You can breathe now. And so can Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, he says. The cut goes for 10, 27 for 1.
Are you a distributor or a retailer?